Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, if you read my community page yesterday, I left a note for you guys. I don't get sick very often. I can't even remember the last time I got the flu or got sick. But yesterday I was sick, and it's the first day in months or maybe years that I didn't do a video in the morning. I had a fever, just some usual feeling under the weather, let's just say that, and I didn't even do my usual workout, which is another thing that I haven't missed a day working out in literally years. So this morning I wasn't sure if I was going to be doing a video or not. My temperature just went down last night overnight, and I really wasn't sure if I was going to be doing a video this morning. So I'm really not prepared for any topics, but this is an addiction recovery video. And I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. For people in recovery, for people of relatives or loved ones of people in addiction, and how my views of money, how my views of money changed from before I was using to when I was using till now, till after I'm using, till my recovery. I've been clean and sober since October 23rd of 2006. I've been clean and sober for 18 years, 4 months, and I think about 2 weeks at this point. I was a full-blown heroin addict, crack cocaine. I used crack cocaine for over 25 years every day. Cocaine, crack, liquor, pills, you name it. And then last 10 years of my addiction, I got involved. After oxycodone, I got involved in heroin, went right to heroin. So I was using all this every day. I was literally, every morning I would literally drink, swear to God. I'd go to the package store as soon as it opened to calm my nerves so that I could go get my first fix of the day. And a half pint of Jägermeister was my breakfast every single morning. Before I started using, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if this is because I'm single, I never had kids, but I've never really placed a high value on money. I'm not a person that's motivated towards being wealthy and rich. Yes, I like to get by. Yes, I like nice things. I like to live comfortably. I'm not lazy by any stretch of the imagination, as you could probably see, getting up at 2 or 3 every morning to I keep myself busy all day. I love to work. I enjoy work. I enjoy keeping busy here. So it's not that. I just never placed a really high value on becoming super wealthy, on gathering large amounts of wealth and things. It never was important to me. But when I got into addiction, my views of money ended up changing. It wasn't a case in the first year or two of my addiction back when I was 18, 19, 20, 21. But by the time I hit 30, my views of money had really changed. Like money this is how I viewed money. If somebody gave me $5, I thought, okay, this is going to be enough money to put gas in my tank, to get a shot of Jaeger, to go down and get a hit. That I assigned a drug value, a drug value to any amount of money that I received. If I received like $100, if I got like $50, I would think, okay, I could buy a half bundle of heroin and a 20-piece. I know this. I already know this video isn't going to get monetized. So I want to say this right off the bat. Whenever I mention money and my recovery and drugs in the same video, a lot of times the algorithms on YouTube will not allow me to monetize the video, because it probably misinterprets what I'm saying. Let me say this right off the bat right now. The purpose of this video, purpose of my channel, my purpose in general is to stress the fact that recovery is possible. This channel does not condone or glorify drug use in any way, shape, or form. All right, so that's my disclaimer. But back when I was using, money, all money was to me was the amount of drugs I could get for it. Literally, seriously, whenever I got any amount of money, the first thing that went through my head is how much of this I could get for it, how much of that I could get for it. If it was just a small amount of money, then it would be for cigarettes. I actually used to smoke too. I'll talk about that in another video. I didn't start smoking until I was 35 years old when I was using heroin. And I stopped smoking about a little while after I got clean and sober. And the only reason I started smoking was because I'd be jonesing from smoking crack. And I decided to take a hit off a cigarette. Well, while I was waiting for the dealer to drop off more, and I got a big head rush from the cigarette. This is when I was 35 years old. And I ended up getting addicted to cigarettes as a result of jonesing, of waiting for crack to show up, a delivery showing up. And I started buying packs of cigarettes every day. Back when I was using, this is one of the things I'm still most ashamed of. I would go to my family, I would pawn things, I would steal, lie, cheat, steal, and manipulate every single morning. As soon as I woke up, it's like, how am I going to get what I need today? And my goal was usually to get at least $50. I needed to get at least $50 every single morning by like 9 a.m., which isn't always easy. If looking back, if I had used this kind of drive for good instead of for evil, God knows I could own my own house today. I would try to get $50. And the reasoning for that was $30 for a half bundle of heroin, which is 5 bags of heroin, and maybe $5 or $10 for gas. It was $10 for a pack of cigarettes, $5 for gas, and like a $5 bottle of Jägermeister. And that was my initial goal every single morning for years. That's all I needed. That was my breakfast. That was my world. Now that I'm clean and sober, let me fill you in. I've been to like hundreds of NA and AA meetings, mostly AA. If you saw a video I did just like last week about AA, and I've heard this from a lot of other recovering addicts. This is one of the great things about AA and NA is you find out how much alike you all are, so you don't feel as alone. You don't feel like as so much of a loser, so much of a you see that it's a disease, and that all the other people are doing the same thing that you were doing. The disease had the same symptoms. And once we got clean and sober, a lot of people would start to collect things. And I started collecting things. Like I needed to keep busy every day. So I would work. I started painting. I started selling my artwork and designing logos, doing drafting and stuff like that. But I would go shopping because I never had money before. So I would go to the mall, or I would go to Target, or I would go to the Walmart. And I started collecting. And I started collecting the cheapest thing I could find in the store. Something I could buy on every trip to the store. So I would have something to show for my money, because I never had anything to show for my money back when I was using. And like I said, I found that a lot of people do this in recovery. I started buying, not buying what I bought, but buying Matchbox cars. Yeah, because I used to love Matchbox cars when I was a kid. I love muscle cars, like 1960s, 1970s muscle cars. I had a 1973 Formula Firebird back when I was a teenager. And I traded my whole 1960s Matchbox collection for $20 back when I was using for a hit of crack. That collection was probably worth thousands of dollars, and I traded it for $20. So I started buying Matchbox cars every time I went to Walmart or Target. I still have them. I have hundreds of Matchbox cars from 2006, when I first got clean. 2006, 2007, up to about 2010 for 4 years. Every time I'd go to the store almost every day. And, they were only $1.05 with tax. And I would buy, I'd find this 1960s or 1970s muscle car, Matchbox muscle car to buy. I have every possible muscle car. I was going to take them out of the closet, but they're buried in my closet back there. So, you guys know what Matchbox look like. I still have them. And here's the cool thing is they're worth a lot of money now. If you look on eBay, I mean, they're about 20 years old at this point. I've been clean and sober for almost 20 years. And they're still in the packages. And I have hundreds of them. Some of them sell for 20, 30, 50 bucks, some of them. And, people that collect muscle car paraphernalia and stuff, or people that own muscle cars collect these. and some of them pay good money for it. So it's worked out for me. This is the thing I remember from back in addiction. I remember watching TV. And this is the thing that bothered me the most. This is the thing that hurt the most when I was, well, not the most, but back when I was in addiction. I would see an advertisement for McDonald's or Burger King or Pizza Hut, and I would be hungry. You know, this is after the buzz is wearing off. I'm jonesing. I'm at home by myself or whatever, and I don't have any food in the house at all because I spend all my money on drugs every day. And I couldn't even afford a Big Mac. I couldn't, you know, I literally didn't have a penny in my house. That's how I lived every single day. And I would see this stuff on TV, and it hurt. It bothered me so much that I couldn't even buy a freaking bag of fries. I couldn't even buy like $1 cheeseburger. You know, I didn't have the money for that. And now I've been doing good. Yeah, I don't want to get too specific for security reasons, but I do have a nice chunk of savings. And this is the thing I found now. I love this feeling. It's probably as a result of not having any money back then. But I love every day. I love the feeling of having, let's say I got about 5 figures in different investments, bank accounts, safety deposits and stuff like that, bonds. And I got a good 5 figures, let's just say. And I love the feeling of waking up and it's like today I could just go right up to the airport. I could buy a ticket and I could fly to California if I wanted to. You know, I have the money to do it. I work for myself, so I have the time to do it. I mean, it's a real possibility. If I decided to do that today, I could do that. I could fly to the Bahamas. You know, it would take up a big chunk of my savings, and it would be kind of stupid. But I love the idea, the feeling that I could do anything. I could go buy a new outfit. I could go buy new jeans. I could go buy myself a new leather jacket. You know, and of course, I don't do things like this. You need some self-control, of course. But the feeling that I could, you know, that I have that option is such a wonderful, freeing feeling. It's one of the best things I feel about recovery. Well, one of the best feelings I feel in recovery. I mean, of course, the love of my family and making up with my family is the most important. But it's a good feeling again. Not the money, but the option to be able to do what I want to do today, to have the freedom to do what I want. And I have that choice. That's a wonderful feeling. I hope this made some sense. Like I said this morning, I thought I was still going to be sick this morning, and I didn't have time to prepare a video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Recovery is possible. I've been clean and sober 100% since October 23rd of 2006. Recovery is possible. Have a good Friday.